It's not goodbye. It's just farewell for now. Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, and in the wee hours of October 9th, 2024, the buildings behind me will be no more. Those are the remaining pieces of the Tropicana, and I am here on the 5th floor of the parking structure at MGM Grand, and I left at 5 a.m. this morning to get here so that I can post up and have the perfect shot. I know it's going to be live streamed on multiple news sources, but there's something to be said about actually physically watching this all go down. So here's my car, and right now it's unclear whether or not the last 2 floors, so this is the 5th floor, there's 7 floors for MGM, it's unclear whether or not they're going to be opening it to the public. So at this time, I figured it was the best choice to just post up as high as I could in the best shot possible. So this is the Tropicana as it stands right now. You can see that all of the towers are gutted. There's absolutely nothing left except the shells, so it's just enough for the explosives to just take it out and it's over. The demolition people have basically stated that this will be over in 22 seconds once they push the button, and it looks like the towers they're done. So yeah, this is all going to happen in the dark of night at 2:30 in the morning. At 11 p.m., Tropicana Avenue and surrounding streets will be closed to vehicular traffic. So pretty much the only way that you can get back into MGM is probably from the back, which is totally fine for me because my car's staying here all day and I'm going to be probably using public transportation to get around. As you can see, there are blast curtains. That's where all the explosives are located on select floors. These were the last shows at the Tropicana before it closed on April 2nd of this year. But you can see here that all of the surrounding buildings near the towers are absolutely gone. They've been cleared out. And yes, there were questions about the asbestos because of the age of the hotel. However, that was the first thing that got removed. This is the reason why everything is stripped down to the core. This is all going to be concrete dust and whatever rubble comes from a foundation like this. So I was last here in April, less than 2 weeks after Tropicana closed for good, and I had to come back. You know, for the people who know me, the Tropicana is a very special place because I spent a lot of my childhood inside that hotel, and even to the point when I was back here in January of this year, I actually shot an entire walkthrough of the hotel because I was here the day that they announced the official date of closure. So it was a pretty crazy time this year. This is my closure, and I'm looking forward to a good show because that's what you do in Vegas. You watch a good show. I'm down at street level here on Tropicana Avenue, and I'll tell ya, it's pretty surreal to see this. These things are just ready to come down. So behind me, I am suspecting that these are lights for the show tonight. The part of the big grandeur ending for this building. But that's my hunch right now. For obvious reasons, no one's going to be allowed on that walkway. Do you really want to be that close to that much dynamite? Probably not. So this is one of the pedestrian walkways that goes over Tropicana Avenue. You can see that it is closed. Also, there's probably high security up there because that is a lot of dynamite, and one little touch that sets that off, we could have a big disaster. But these guys are professionals. They've been blowing stuff up for like 30 years, so I'm looking forward to just the excitement of everything. You can also see that the walkway from Excalibur going to Tropicana is also closed off. You can see that right there. So they've blocked off all access to that corner of Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard. I'm on the walkway on Las Vegas Boulevard between MGM and New York, New York, and you can see with the old casino and the theater and all of the other structures outside of the towers being cleared away that you can see the church in the background. That's our Shrine of the Most Holy Redeemer, and that was the church where I stood in the parking lot and watched Hacienda go down in preparation for the construction of Mandalay Bay back in '96. This is the walkway connecting Excalibur to Tropicana, and you can see that this has already been put up in advance. Pretty funny, actually. So the only choice you have is down and back around so that you can get back over to New York, New York. So from this closed off walkway area, just another good opportunity to see just how much rubble is gone and cleared from here. There's the other side. You can see all the floors are gutted. All the floors are gutted. There's the blast curtains right there. And then there's the rear tower. The blast curtains are right there too. So one of the towers is actually gutted even more, so it doesn't require as much dynamite. And there was some math going on to figure out how much of that stuff to make it go kablooey without killing anyone. So yeah, you know, kudos to the engineers who are just that level of math to ensure that we have a great time and this comes down safely in a spectacle of crazy. We got some last minute clearing going on over there. That's I don't know what's going on there, but it's crazy to think that I am basically across the street from a giant pit of explosives. Kind of fun. That's one of the signs. The LED screens are all gone now because you know, you don't want that flying all over the place. And let's see, those are the old elevator chutes. They're still intact. Probably just going to come down. That's probably steel. I wonder what's in there. It's just where they put all the blast charges. I'm very curious. Like, this is some different level of pyrotechnics right here. You know, and it's just crazy to think in perspective where that GGG, Going, Gone Demolition Inc. Banner is, are probably some of the hotel rooms that I once stayed in as a kid. So that was so surreal to see this, I have to say. So worth being here right now, just to be a part of this history that also was a part of my history too. I took the express monorail from Excalibur to Mandalay Bay, came out onto the street in front of Mandalay Bay, and I'm now on Giles Street, which is the service road that's behind all of the hotels. And this is the Tropicana from another angle. And if you look to the bottom right-hand corner there, the building, that's the church that I've been talking about. So you can see where, to put in perspective, that parking lot right there And there's Mandalay Bay over there, so just imagine that that was a tiny hotel that went kablooey almost 30 years ago. And now we're looking at the end of these two. So interesting thought here. It was reported by all media outlets that there was going to be no public viewing areas for the implosion. However, I'm looking over here on Giles Road and there are bleachers. That is a vintage car there with the Tropicana logo on it. And there's a bunch of party stuff going on. So I'm not sure if this is a private thing or this is something probably set up for the people that are associated with the Tropicana in terms of viewing the implosion. But there is some gathering, and obviously it's far enough away that it's just a good viewing experience. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I'm gonna be up in the parking structure at MGM, but you know, it's great that there's something being done about being able to see this up close. There's all the news trucks. Fox 5, I see 13, I see Telemundo in the back there. But yeah, they're posted up. And looks like there's some stage stuff going on over here. They're setting up something. So I'm now on the corner of Giles and Reno. And I mentioned earlier about the issue of dust after the buildings come down, and here's why. That's the tower. And this is the Shrine of the Most Holy Redeemer. You can see that the church is literally across the street. So, like I said, once these guys go down, the dust people have to get to work. There's MGM, and then the parking structure is just right over there where we started this whole walking journey. And yeah, just so surreal, I will say. The parking structure for Tropicana is actually where these fences used to be over here. Obviously no more. Pretty insane. You can see the blast curtains, very strategically set up in a very even pattern here, and expected to go, I'm thinking, top to bottom. But you know, I'm not the explosion expert, so I'll leave it to the guys, you know, pushing the button to figure that one out. There's some major science going on here that, wow, just, that's a lot. So I'm taking the Backway to MGM by way of Oyo and an apartment complex up the street, because there's really not much to see on the strip side of all of this, because there's just a giant fence. It's the blast fence. So not much to see, but pretty cool though when you think about that people still actually have apartments and live back here, so they get the free show just by virtue of their location. Yeah, so this is it during the day. Next time I'm going to be doing any sort of filming, it'll be at night, as everything is going up in the air. We'll see how that looks from our vantage point. Obviously, I'm only one perspective, and you know, every news outlet in Las Vegas and online is going to be covering this implosion. So you're going to see professional versions of this. You know, I'm doing this for posterity. I'm doing this for my memory, and it's just one of those things that, you know, if it's important enough to you, you're going to make it happen. And this is one of those things that's really important to me. So, you know, I appreciate the people that are watching this and just enjoying the chronicle of a bit of Vegas history that, like I mentioned, was also part of my history. So I'm looking forward to a good show. Just a side note here in relation to the blast area. That's the parking structure, the white building there with the palm tree. That's the parking structure for the Oyo Hotel. And you can see that the workers are putting in some sort of protective tarp, probably for the dust. It is currently 8:37 p.m. We have less than 6 hours before the implosion, and they have the facades of the buildings lit up with spotlights right now. There's still vehicular traffic going on. That will be shut off at around 11 p.m. And then the fireworks will begin. At this time, it looks like there are some drones kind of just flying around. They might be doing some practice runs or just some final scouting or, you know, surveillance, I guess, before everything goes down. But yep, still surreal here. We have 6 hours left before the Tropicana is no more. The lights that I mentioned earlier that may have been part of the whole presentation and ceremony for the implosion are actually correct. Here they are lighting up the signs across the street. It's probably another set of lights over there. Not sure where those are being illuminated from. I think it might be across. But yep, they've got the lights coming in from the MGM Grand side. So currently I'm at the Oyo Casino, which is the casino that is the next door neighbor to Tropicana, and just here because Hooters is here and I want wings, but it looks like everyone is being asked to stay inside during the implosion because of the fact that they are so close. I mentioned earlier during the day that the parking structure had a plastic tarp put over the side facing the Tropicana buildings. So this is not surprising at all. But as you can see here, starting 2 a.m., everyone needs to stay in the building until they get the okay to let them all out. So pretty cool to see this. Did not expect something this specific, but here you go. All right, it is 12:58 a.m. and we have a lot of people here right now. You can hear the chatter, and just for amusement, like you can see all the cars behind me. People are here because, you know, they figured out, hey, you know, we could be here at the MGM, but we have a little bit of a problem. About 10 minutes ago, they just put down these protective tarps. Now the good news is that they haven't come down and tried to tape them, so I think we might be able to figure something out. My camera is over here covered underneath my my towel, but we have this tiny gap here that I might be able to sneak it in. Hopefully that'll be one of my options, but yeah, a little bit of a killjoy here. All right, 1:24 a.m. So we're looking at just over 30 minutes before they start everything, the ceremonies, the drone flying and all that stuff. And kind of had to change our position here. This is floor 7. So as I mentioned earlier today, there were cordoned off areas where you couldn't bring any vehicles up here, but it didn't prevent the people. And honestly, I think we're okay, because try getting this many people waiting to look for a building to blow up off of a roof. I don't think that's going to happen. So the camera is now here, or the original spot where I wanted to go, but didn't realize that I could be up here. So all right, let's do this. I've got I had to pull my N95 mask out of my car, and I have my earmuffs, so I think we're gonna be fine. So at this time, roads at Tropicana are now closed. That's police over there blocking that entire area. So this street is completely closed. They're preventing pedestrians. They've all been cleared out, and it is empty. For those who are wondering what's going on with the people at the Oyo, they had to completely close the doors to Oyo at midnight. So nobody can get through except through the Backway over there, or out onto Koval, which is over there. That's a close-up of Las Vegas Boulevard. That's Luxor, and you can see that they've also closed off Las Vegas Boulevard as well. Las Vegas police have now put down caution tape. There's a couple motorcycle cops down there. Oh, look, Harleys, how cute. And they're now making sure that the pedestrians down at the street level are being moved. Current time is 2:17 a.m. We're still waiting for something to happen here. We can see that crowds have definitely gathered here on the ground level here, and I see some spotlights going on here. The crowd back up here is definitely it's definitely growing. It's the entire roof of floor 7 is up. We're just way past our bedtime, waiting for something to go kablooey.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You're like your head's blocked. Gone, dude. Just feel like.
You're on.
I know, right? I was like, dude, it was crazy seeing it though. I just. Good.
I still see some ships. I don't want to be ships.
All right, good evening, everyone. It's 6 p.m. on the 9th of October, which means, everything that went down last night. I will have to say, though, I did sleep in quite a bit. I didn't actually get back to my friend's house until like 4 in the morning because it was a pain in the ass to get out of the parking structure at MGM because everybody was leaving. The good news is that I didn't have to pay for parking because everybody just needed to get out. So they actually opened up all of the barriers and everybody just drove out. So it was beautiful. There's been a lot of helicopters flying over at low altitudes, to show the absolute just nothingness that is now Tropicana Zero. So we'll be taking a few pictures and some video and capture this in the first sunset without the Tropicana in 67 years. Those are the lights from yesterday, and you can see that it is still dusty from last night. That dust cover did come in as a gigantic cloud, so not surprising. There's still quite a bit of it. It is so weird to see this as a gigantic crater, but this is progress, I guess.